Whew. Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. My name's Justin Barone, and today we are smoking on some King Tut in the bong. A little sip of water there, just to coat that nice little hit down before I start hacking up a lung. Now, so King Tut was in the bong. We rolled a nice boo. You can see it if you're on YouTube. If you're not and you're listening to this, I will describe it. 7 acres Sensi Star, wrapped in a nice raw 1 1/4 paper. I'm getting to the reason why I'm saying this. With the glass tip, yeah baby. And that's what's in the joint today. So I actually have a few things to talk about today because I'm super excited. Because it's my birthday weekend. It's my birthday weekend. I'm turning 40. I'm getting old as balls. So join me on a celebration podcast. So here's what I want to talk about for a second here. Okay, couple things. It's my birthday weekend, so I had to go and I had to get some 7 acre Sensi Star again because I love that stuff. It's a nice little indica, but I'm hoping that it goes well with the King Tut because the King Tut is a nice upper. It's a nice sativa, and every time I use it or smoke it, I do one or two things. I either clean my kitchen top to bottom, or I work out like a fiend. So it's a solid sativa. I really enjoy it. I would highly recommend it because it's a very motivational weed. I don't know if it's a very creative weed, but it's definitely fucking motivational. Like I said, the first time that I smoked it, I think it was like 15 minutes after I smoked it, I was up in the house cleaning the kitchen, doing all the dishes and all that stuff. The other day I smoked it, I put on a little bit of fucking COVID weight, like 40 pounds of COVID weight. So, I decided to smoke some of that and get myself motivated to work out. So I worked out for a good 35 minutes, throwing around some weight, some not too heavy weight, realized that I had put on so much weight and got out of shape that I ended up having to drop down from like 40 pounds plus to like 30 pounds because I couldn't curl 40 pounds anymore. I'll get there. It'll take a couple weeks. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the King Tut stuff. The Sensi Star, like I said, it's a nice indica. It's a good little, it's like, what did I say? What did I call it? I called it the whiskey of weed. Because it's just that nice, it's that pocket high. It's a nice settled pocket high. It's pretty sweet. So I figured on a Friday, since I'm shooting this Friday morning, so it's actually pretty close to the deadline, I figured, well, I may as well have some of that little bit of pocket weed. And as you can tell, I'm running my mouth a bit, and that is due to the bong. So the King Tut is 20.8%, I think, THC, and the Sensi Star is 24 point something THC. So that's pretty good. And because it's my birthday, I went and indulged and bought myself some OG ChemDog live resin, baby, because it's so good. That sativa is so good. I can't wait till Sunday, because Sunday is my actual birthday, and I'll be burning that shit like crazy all fucking day. I'm telling you. What else? Oh, I had a problem. Dude, I ran out of raw papers. I ran out of my papers. It was very unnerving for 2 reasons. Okay? 1, I did not want to have to go back to zigzags for weed because I'm loving them, man. I can't believe how different a taste it is. And with the glass tips, fuck, see you later. You can't match that, I don't think. Like, yeah, unless you could just stick weed together and then burn it as it's stuck without wrapping it in anything. That's probably the closest you could get is that. Anyway, so I ran out of raw, And then I went to the store. It was late at night, so like there were no convenience stores or head shops open. So I had to stop at the gas station. Bad fucking move. I asked for raw papers. The guy's like, I don't have raw papers. I'm like, well, why? He's like, we don't get those anymore. What the fuck? All right, well, I need papers. So what do you have? He's like, I have Green Go. The natural Green Go. It's a green and orange package with a weird funky design on it. So I thought, all right, they're natural papers. They're 100% chlorine and chemical free, supposedly. Okay? So I thought, all right, I'll give these a fucking shot. Do not, whatever you do, do not buy these. Do not buy these. As soon as I lit that joint yesterday, dude, it felt like you were smoking fucking rubber. What the hell are they doing? So then I started reading the package. And it's, where is it? Shit, I'm trying to find it. Hold on a sec. It's made from natural Arabic gum. I don't know what that is, but I feel like it's rubber. You can't. Dude, it was disgusting. I smoked the joint, but like, I used one paper. I threw them out. And then I grabbed them because I was like, hold on. I gotta tell people about this shit. Don't fucking use these. They are disgusting. Yeah. Stick to raw. So this morning when I got up, I figured, okay, what I'm going to do is it's my birthday, right? So I'm going to order the shit that I like. So that's why I ended up with some Sensi Star and the live resin, the OG live resin, which is 70%. It's a little lower than it was when I first started buying it. When I first started buying this stuff, it was at like 74, I think, 75%. It was a solid hit though. Anyway. It's a little bit lower, but I still love it. The taste, like I said, I've said it in the dab episode. It's like candy, man. It's fucking delicious. Yeah. So I indulged and I bought myself some of that, and I bought myself the Sensi Star to take me through the weekend, because those are my two favorite things right now, I think. I had my little moment of back on Purple Kush for a bit. And that was pretty good. But Purple Kush is heavy, man. You gotta you're not doing much if you smoke it. So, you gotta move on. So I had a couple weeks of high indicas, and now I want to get back to a little bit of, Sensi Star. The pocket high. I'm also trying real hard to quit smoking. I know the last episode I was smoking like a crazy person, and that's what made me decide, okay, I'm going to fucking do this right. So I watched that episode, and I was like, dude, I got to quit this shit. And so I've gone back to the Logic vape pens. I mean, I've always had them, but I started buying them again. And then I noticed that the ones I was buying at the store were only like 1.5% nicotine. Like this, what I'm smoking right now. And it's good, but it wasn't satisfying the urge because I was smoking way too fucking much, right? So I had to jump up. So I found the supplier, and I bought myself a couple new pods that are, 5%. So they're like 59 milligrams or something like that. But those hit the spot. So I can have the lesser pods and smoke them a little bit more regularly if I'm drinking or doing a podcast or whatever. But then I can have the higher concentration pods to, give you that extra little hit and move it forward. So I recommend them. I found a good balance. So I ordered a couple packages of the higher ones because I ordered them direct from the supplier. I picked up a package of the lower ones, and then I ordered 3 more packages of different versions of the higher content nicotine ones so that I could wean myself off completely. And I'm hoping that through the packages I can slowly cut down to out. But I've been doing it solid for 3 or 4 days now. And it seems to be working really well. I haven't craved a cigarette. But that's because anytime I think about having a cigarette, I'll have a puff off this pod here. You can't see it if you're listening, but one of the stronger pods. I'll take a puff off that, and it's pretty good. You know, it hits the spot. I buy the menthol ones because I find the other flavors just don't give you the same kind of kick at the back of the throat that a cigarette does. So I stick to these ones. Yeah. But that's been my week, man. My week has been just adjusting to shit. I planted a couple pot plants. They were fucking, I know it's late, but I figured, you know what? I had a little bit of time, and I was sitting around and I found my little seed thing. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to pop a couple in some soil and see if they grow. So I put 2 in pots that are like, they're pretty big. Like, you could grow the whole plant in the pot. It's a big pot. And it could grow through its entire cycle in the pot and get relatively large because the pot is, how big would the pot be? I don't know. It's big. Okay? So I just put the hole in the middle in the dirt. Damn, I'm getting high. How are you guys doing? You get high? I hope so, man, because the high just totally hit me. Okay, so I stuck my finger in the hole of the fucking dirt and I put the seed in. I didn't germinate it. I just chucked it in, and I figured if this motherfucker grows, he deserves it, right? So I put one in there, and then I put another pot. I put another one in there, and they grew. They popped. So I was like, sweet. So I got 2. So then I found, I think 3 more seeds. So I took one, put it in a third pot. It hasn't popped yet, but I put it in like a week after the first 2. So this one, the new one that I put in the third pot, try to keep up. Holy fuck. My shit. So the third pot one, I just put in, and I'm hoping he pops. So then I filled the garden with the rest of the soil because I had excess soil from the pot thing, right? So I filled the garden, and then after I filled the garden, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I chucked a couple more seeds in the garden and figured if they grow, they grow. So right now, I am seeing if my black thumb goes green because I have never been able to keep a plant alive, and I figured I'm just going to give it a shot. I'm just going to see what happens. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. If you follow on Instagram, I post pictures on there all the time of all kinds of different shit. So follow on Instagram. If you're listening to this, check this out on YouTube and follow Instagram and Twitter. Dude, I'm high as balls. How are you guys doing? I haven't even smoked a joint yet. I hope you guys had a good week, man. I had a fucking excellent week. Like I said, I planted a couple plants. It's time to smoke this joint. I planted a couple plants. I fucking started working out again. I needed to start working out again, man. I caught myself in the mirror, and you know what's funny? It's like my closet in my room is a mirror. It's a wall of mirror. I got out of bed one day. I guess I've been like high for a while and not really paying attention. And I get out of bed, and I fucking look like Peter Griffith from fucking Family Guy. It's time. Because like 10 months ago, I was 190 pounds, and I was in the best shape of my life. And now I'm all Chubbs McGee. So I stopped eating out, and I started cooking at home. I learned how to cook shit, man, in the last like couple weeks. I'm not a cooker. Like the best thing I can do is like throw pizza pops in the oven and heat that shit up, and then be like, here you go, or pogos, okay? So I've made a dedicated effort to teach my daughters that cooking is an essential skill. And I learned it way too late in life. I learned a lot of things way too fucking late in life, okay? So I decided that I'm going to put in more effort to teach myself how to cook and be a better cook. And then hopefully my daughters will follow. Now my oldest daughter already enjoys baking and stuff like that. So she's got her hand in it and she's happy to do it. But I started cooking. Dude, I cooked fucking stir fry. I've never done that before. It was awesome. I cooked the chicken perfect. Who knew? Okay. I cooked, you know what I did? Okay, so this is what happened. So it was like, I don't know, beginning of May, I guess. And what I did was, I had to cook a pork roast. And I overcooked it because I don't have a meat thermometer, and I didn't trust that the time and everything in the description of it on Google was like would work. So I overcooked it, and I was like, fuck. Okay, next time I'm going to try and follow the directions, because there's directions for a reason, really, right? So then I was making this, the next thing I made was these chicken thighs, and I was just cooking them, like pre-cooking them to put them in the stir fry, right? So I just followed the temperatures and everything exact. I don't have a temperature. I don't have a thermometer to check the internal temperature. Yay, brain. So I just followed the directions. And then I figured I'm cooking it again in the frying pan anyway, so we'll see what happens, right? So I did it. Fucking perfect, man. Perfect. So now I'm all into like trying to cook my own shit and learn how to actually cook it well. I breaded some fucking drumsticks. I've never done that before. I know it's simple, okay? Get off my back. I'm a simple guy. My best, like I said, pizza pops in the oven. Or I call Jerry, the pizza guy, because he knows me by name, all right? That's what I'm saying. So realizing that I had got all like fat and shit, I decided it's time to cut down. It's time to work out. And then I started working out, and I've done it 2 days now. I am incredibly sore, okay? Every part of me hurts. And the worst part is that I was in such better shape like 8 months ago that like it pisses me off that I'm in this much pain. But the good thing out of it is that having that layoff and then working out again has totally fucking reminded me how much I need it in my life. I need activity. Like I can't be stagnant. It's not a good way to be. So sometimes it's good to have that like reminder and kick in the ass. But then it made me think like, you know what part of the problem is? The stigma around fucking potheads and stoners and all this shit. Like, realistically, okay, pothead is a bit of a derogatory term to call somebody. Because you're saying like, hey, you're lesser because you smoke weed. But realistically, a true pothead or a true stoner, whatever you want to call them, they're not just high all the time. They also know what kind of high gets them in the mood they want to be in, allows them to conduct their business, allows them to move through the day. So it's not like a derogatory term. And it's also bullshit to say that like potheads are lazy motherfuckers. I've said this before. If you're a lazy motherfucker and you smoke weed, you're going to be a lazy motherfucker. But if you're a motivated person and you know and you're educated on weed smoking, then you can use weed to enhance your efforts to do whatever it is you're going to do. Like, and I'm not saying that you have to use weed, okay? I'm just saying that there are times, especially when you're being like creative or when you're, reflecting or thinking about what could be, what the possibilities are. No matter what you're doing in life, what the possibilities are, what you want to change. You sit down, smoke a little weed, ponder that shit like this, okay? Look, wow. Here, okay, so you do this. You go, 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, right? And then you go, I wonder what it would be like if the last time I was rude to somebody, I didn't do the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ponder that shit. And then the next thing you know, you're motivated to change yourself. You don't get lazy from smoking weed. The weed allows you to accept the fact that you're lazy and you fall into it. You allow it to happen to you. But if you're motivated in general and you have if you have any kind of ambition, we talked about that. If you have any kind of motivation or if you have any type of competitive nature, weed is not going to necessarily slow you down or hold you back. In many ways, it can help you move forward. And that's what I like about smoking weed and working out. Because I get so focused on the thing that I'm doing. It's so stupid. I was doing curls the other day, high as balls, okay? And I was thinking, like, all I'm doing is staring at my arm and watching my fist go from my hip to my shoulder. And it's thoroughly relaxing right now. I don't know, it's very calming. But at the same time, it's very like, oh, I can do this. And then it gets you energized. And then if you're high, it rides into the high. And the next thing you know, you want to fucking go for a walk, run around, talk to new people, do some new shit, record a podcast. Yeah, man. The other thing too, with the... Okay, so I was having a conversation with my oldest daughter the other day, like a couple weeks ago, I guess. And again, the stigma around weed. Forget just being like the lazy part of it and stuff like that. But still, the idea that it's being taught in school as something that is bad, that is well, okay, let's not say bad. Let's say it's still being taught as if it is heroin. Okay? So my daughter, my oldest daughter, my kids now understand what goes on in this podcast. I don't let them watch it, but they know certain things because merch, baby. Also, you can get these shirts. You can get TOTS 420 shirts at the merch store in the link tree in the description. That's right. The shirts start at $20 Canadian, man. Hoodies are like 32, 35 something. I don't know. Check out the link tree. They're affordable. I don't want to sell you bullshit. These are great shirts for the price, man. Check them out. Anyway, moving on. So because of the merchandise, right? My daughter, she knows what the podcast is kind of about. So she gets upset. She doesn't like me smoking cigarettes, so that's my effort into trying to quit with all these fucking vape pods and shit. Which I'm hoping I want that to become nothing too. Like I want to transition out of smoking completely. But anyway, so she gets upset with that. So when I told her that I was planting some plants, she asked me what kind. I say cannabis. Started the discussion, and she gets upset. So I asked her a simple question. I said, you don't have a problem with me drinking a beer, right? She goes, no. I said, you don't have a problem with your mom having a drink? No. So why do you have a problem with smoking a joint? Because it's legal. It's classified in Canada. It's legal, and in some of the states and some other places, but Canada-wide it's legal. So anyone can smoke a joint. Anyone can have a drink. You have to understand that you have to be an adult to be able to do those things, but anybody can have either of those things, and they essentially have similar effects if you go overboard, right? But it's funny if you get drunk, and kids are generally okay with that. And I said, why? She said, I don't know. I said, I'll tell you why. I said, because, Dad, no. Because since you've been born, since you've been alive, alcohol has been acceptable as something to use by adults that's not allowed to be used by kids, no matter the effects, okay? Whereas marijuana has been classified as illegal up until the last few years. So, as the societal trend takes place in a movement towards legalizing cannabis completely, you still have a drawback, or you still have you're still a few steps behind in certain aspects, like the schooling of it and stuff like that, because not everybody, there's still the misconception out there. There's still the people out there that are against it, and those people sometimes are in the position where they can teach your kids what they think, their interpretation of it, and whatever the school board tells you to tell them to, which again, controlled by people, so there's votes. But the point being is that you're still being taught that it's a bad thing, okay? it's not necessarily a bad thing. And to get upset about it is a little bit silly. The reason that you get upset about it is because the misinformation. So if you want to have a discussion about doing that, her and I could talk about it. It's essentially what I said. So periodically she asks me things, but not too often. She's still on the fence. She doesn't really believe me, I think. I think she thinks I'm trying to justify it. And I'm not trying to justify it. I always said, if I have kids, when they start asking questions, I will educate them on the subject and prefer that, you know, if they ever do want to try it, they come to me. So we've gone into this sort of debate. But it was the first time I brought up the idea that alcohol was legal since you've been alive, whereas marijuana has been classified as illegal and now recently has become legal. There's a different connotation to that in the way that you look at those things, right? Because at one point you had to look at it negatively. Now all of a sudden you're being asked to look at it positively. So especially with kids, because they have no, you know, connection or assessment of it, they just see like bad, good, right? And if you're teaching just bad, good, you're teaching it wrong. You have to explain the influence that marijuana has had and what the effects of marijuana really are. Like, nobody's ever died from marijuana, I don't think. I think it takes like 1,500 pounds smoked in like 15 minutes or something stupid for you to overdose. Like, I don't know how you do that. You know? So this stigma that it's a fucking killer, I don't know. Seems silly. I do agree that, you know, maybe smoking it is not the best way. Maybe probably eating it is probably the best way to do it. But, you know, I like smoking it. And I came up with that. But maybe eventually over time, it'll weed out to not smoking it and just, you know, finding other ways to ingest it. Something like that. I don't know, man. I'm high. It's my birthday weekend. I'm 40. I'm old as balls and high as fuck. But yeah, man. I really hate the stigma or the idea that potheads don't get shit done. So many pothead kids so much done. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do like high workouts and document it and put it on YouTube. How about that? Show everybody what fucking, you know, high lazy is really. Cause dude, if I work out, I put in effort, you know. I know that, for example, I can't read things when I'm high, so I don't get high and read things. So if I have important reading shit to do, I don't do. But if it's just physical labor or something like that, I can do that, no problem. In fact, I quite enjoy doing that if I'm high. I enjoy playing basketball high. You know what's great high? Swimming. Oh, swimming high is possibly the fucking best. Kayaking high is pretty fun. If it's a calm river. Not like, I'm not talking like, you know, white caps and rapids and shit like that. But if you're fucking high on like a lazy river, dude, I'm down. I'm down any day. Yeah. Fuck. That's good weed. I hope you're having a good session. I hope you're enjoying this session. Those are honestly my thoughts off the stem for this week. I hate the fact that there's still a stupid stigma around weed. I hate that. Don't use these papers ever. Don't buy it. If you're trying to quit smoking, I don't know, I'll tell you how it goes with these vape things. Because if it works, it might work. Shout out to David Lucid Music, because he turned me on to the idea of trying to find the higher quantity in different mix, and I found it from the supplier, and it's fucking working. So thanks for looking out, man. You guys should check out his channel too. I'm sure I've got a playlist with his videos in it. Check it out. Dude, that's good weed. It's the whiskey of weed. It's that in the pocket weed. Love it. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. I hope you come back next week for more Thoughts Off the Stem with me, Justin Barone. Don't forget to check out, excuse me. Oh, don't forget to check out, pause. Dude, I'm so high right now. Don't forget to check out the Tots link tree in the description. Check out the merch store, Tots 420 shop. What else? The audio podcast. Listen to the beginning episodes. Those ones are pretty good. I like those ones. Yeah. Join, subscribe, like, follow along wherever you can. Join us on Instagram, Thoughts Off the Stem. Twitter, you can @Tots420. What else? Facebook, Thoughts Off the Stem. Yeah. And like I said, check out the fucking merchandise. We're starting. It's affordable. It's quick delivery. It's soft, comfy. I wouldn't sell you shit, man. Yeah. Dude, this is so good. This week is so good. All right. It's my birthday weekend. I'm moving on. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. I hope you join me next time on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, right here on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it. Share it with everybody, man. I want a big sesh going on. Hopefully, eventually, if we get big enough, you know what can happen? We could start doing live videos. That I would love to live stream. That'd be awesome. But we need to get numbers for that. So that means you got to tell everybody about it. Get your friends to watch. Listen, everybody hit buttons. Until next time, keep your lids low, baby.